Tava katham jivanam kavibhiratam bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida janaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The nectar of thy words for those who are scorched by the world, words which have been uttered by the knowers of the truth, which wipe out sins, the very hearing of which is beneficial, which are beautiful, pleasing to the ear, pleasing to the heart, which are inexhaustible. Those who recount them on earth are the givers of plenty. Oh, peace, peace, peace. Good evening. Nice to meet you all. And I'm happy to have the chance to spend some time on the wonderful devotional words, aphorisms of Narada, Narada Bhakti Sutra. We have been reading the 19th mantra. Narada was giving step by step what the teachers of the devotion, other teachers, what they are also of the opinion about this devotion. Narada himself also has given what actually it means to having the love of God, what it is, how it is. That Gorgo, Vyasa, Shandilya, they have their opinion about this Pujadi Shu Anuraga iti Parasarja. So, Vyasdeva says, according to Vyasa, bhakti means attraction to worship, etc., as prescribed by the scriptures. And then what Gorgo says, according to Gorgo, another teacher of devotion, bhakti is the attraction for stories of God's play as incarnations. We know there is Bhagavata, there is the stories of God in different incarnation. And it is so soothing, so nice. This Tapakathamritam, just I have quoted, it is from the Bhagavata. Your words, be it your direct words, your teachings, your advices, or the stories of your life story, divine play, it is so soothing. It brings new life to the suffering people. Just now I have given the meaning of that sutra. So, according to Gorgo, this is the attraction for the stories of God's play. This, as incarnation, God has different plays, various divine plays. The devotee will get joy in those stories. He won't feel that I am wasting my time and what is there? This is something fictitious, imagination, or what is there? It is not an ordinary entertainment. It is a divine level that our mind is raised to through those stories. And according to Shandilya, another devotee, another teacher of the devotion, what he says? Bhakti is devotion to God as one's self and renouncing everything prejudicial to the path of devotion. This Shandilya's opinion is that a set of bhakti aphorisms to his credit Shandilya has, and he gives a different definition of bhakti. Shandilya says that attachment or love for the self is what is called bhakti. Self means not this our unripe self, it is self as capital. By self here the limited self is not meant. God is the self, big capital S, self of all. Therefore love the self or love God as what is devotion, seeing God in everyone. So this simple statement, that is devotion, seeing God in everyone. Who says? Shandilya says, renouncing everything prejudicial to the path of devotion. I am not attracted to anything, only to that path. And then finally, Narada comes. Narada says, Naradastu tadurpita akhila acharata tad vishmarane paramo vyakulata iti. Narada says, But Narada feels that devotion is surrender of all activities to God and extreme anguish if he is forgotten. And during our last discourse, I have quoted profusely from Sri Ramakrishna, Ramchandraji, what is Bhakti, Ramchandraji is telling to Mother Shabari. I quoted from Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, what devotion is, how to get devotion for God. Sri Ramakrishna was telling. I was reading from the Gospel. And Sri Ramakrishna also said in different places, who is a Bhakta? Who can claim I am a Bhakta? Bhakta is one by seeing whom others get inspired to think of God. যাকে দেখলে ভগবানের কথা, ঈশ্বরের কথা মনে হয় সেই ভক্ত. Who is a devotee? By seeing whom one feels, one remembers God. And who is a sadhu? Sadhu is also one, a holy person, seeing whom one is reminded of God. There is no actually difference between the highest devotee and highest kind of holy man, sadhu, santo, saints. If you see a saint, Sri Ramakrishna says, scriptures say, seeing he is a saint, seeing whom you feel saintly. You think of the spirit, you think of God. And bhakta, who is a bhakta, devotee? Seeing a devotee who is a real devotee, seeing him also, others will feel, oh, there is God. We should think of God. They will be reminded of God. So actually there is no major difference between the highest, as there is no difference between the highest knowledge and supreme devotion. You feel the presence of that divinity within and without. So Narada, he is giving that sarva dharman parityajya. In the Gita, Bhagavan said, I quoted that, Arjuna, if you cannot do anything, you give up everything, I will liberate you. So Narada is telling, Narada feels that devotion is surrender of all activities to God. We will not do anything for any selfish motive. I need this, be it name, fame. I am not taking money, but you recognize that I am a good man. I am doing a discourse, you tell, nicely described, oh, I have learned many things. It is enriching. Nothing will be there. I get joy in it. Why? Because it is God's words. God will be happy. Everything surrendering, no work, no activities with any intention of selfish motive, nothing. And extreme anguish if God is forgotten. Meghachanda dinam na durdinam mannate, yaddinam na harikatha shravanam, taddinam durdinam mannate. Don't consider the cloudy days, stormy days, rainy days, bad days. Those are not really bad days. Which days are bad days? When you are forgetful of God. The days, no harikatha shravanam, the days when you have not listened to anything about God. You have not spoken anything about God. You have not listened to anything about God. You have not thought of God. Those days, that time is bad time. Those days are bad days. Not the cloudy, stormy, windy, oh, today is very hot, today is very chilling, cold. These are not bad days. It happens, it comes, it goes. Real bad days in human life is not to listen to, hear anything about God, speaking or talking or thinking, meditating on God or about God. So that is. So Narada is giving comparatively is a complete surrender, all your activities, nothing other than God, nothing for yourself you can claim. And if you have forgotten God, there will be anguish. Oh, Sri Ramakrishna, that day perhaps I spoke, that Sri Ramakrishna's anguish was so much that the whole body was burning. That you have your treatment, oh physician, but see that my Shiva, my Omkar, that is not removed, that is not cured. Omkar should be there. Then you cure my burning and other things. But don't snatch away this mood of always thinking of Om, that God, that Brahman, that Shiva, that my Krishna, that my Rama, Hari. So, all other physical pain you cure, but what is there in my mind, I am intoxicated with, don't take it away from me through your treatment, oh my dear physician. So Sri Ramakrishna told that story. You cure me of my diseases, maladies, but not of my mood of this ecstatic mood, this thinking of God. So, if I am forgetful of God, so much of pain, so that extreme anguish will be there. So this we discussed during last time, and today I have got Gita with me a little bit. Bhagavan Sri Krishna also is telling in the Bhakti Yoga, whom we can consider the greatest devotee, who has generated, grown, cultivated devotion in his or her mind. And in the 12th chapter, Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, Advesta sarva bhutanang maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukakshami santushta satatang yogi yatatma dhriranishcha mayarpita mano buddhi om adbhakta samepriyo. Who is my dearest devotee? Who can claim that I am a real devotee? Bhagavan himself is telling, he who is free from malice towards all beings, friendly and compassionate, rid of I and mine, balanced in joy and sorrow, forgiving by nature, ever contented and mentally united with me, nay, who has subdued his mind, senses and body, kayena manasa vacha, mentally also thinking of God, not doing anything other than dissociated God from God. And kayena, physically everything doing for God, thinking of God, vacha, talking of God. So mind, senses and body all are subdued. That devotee who has a firm resolve and has surrendered his mind and reason to me, just now Narada said, complete surrender, reason, his mind and reason to me, that devotee of mine is dear to me. So, Narada has given, and Sri Ramakrishna, I was talking during my last discourse that it is gist, Sri Ramakrishna has given the gist of, synopsis of all the acharyas who have predecessors, those acharyas, those who have spoken of God, preached about this love, divine love. Sri Ramakrishna gave in the gist, Sadhu Shankar, take God's name, think that this whole universe is unreal and God is real. So think of God, love only God. Do your duty, everything unattached, but love only God. Don't love anyone in this world, son, husband, wife, daughter, father, mother. Love them as a son, daughter, wife, husband, child, teacher, student, disciple. You will do everything, the highest level of service and behavior, attitude, conduct, that you will do. But love, because all these are unreal, changing, fleeting. So don't give your mind to that. Do your best for all of them. They will be thinking, oh, you are their very own. But love you must, God only. Sri Ramakrishna is telling in the Gospel. And always take God's name. Always remain in holy company. So, Sri Ramakrishna has given the gist of all this devotional scriptures, what is there. And now I am reading a little bit from Sri Krishna also. Sri Krishna is telling, Jasmad nod bijate loko, lokan nod bijate chaja, yo na rishyati na deshti na sochati na kangshati anapeksha suchit daksha. Finally telling, samo shatro cha mitre cha tatha manapa manaya tullo nindastutir mani santushto yeno kanoschit. Ye tu dharma amritamidam jatuttam paryupasate sruddha dhana mat parama bhaktaste utiva me priya. Arjuna, those devotees, however, who partake in a disinterested way of this nectar of pious wisdom set forth above, just now I am telling about, endowed with faith and solely devoted to me, they are extremely dear to me. Who are these? These devotees, I have just said, given the meaning of one. Some other meaning also is there. He who is not a source of annoyance to his fellow creatures, and who in his turn does not feel vexed with his fellow creatures, and who is free from delight and envy, perturbation and fear, is dear to me. He who wants nothing, who is both internally and externally pure, is wise and impartial and has risen above all distractions, and who renounces the sense of doership in all undertakings, such a devotee of mine is dear to me. It is 12th chapter. In the 2nd chapter, in the beginning, Bhagavan said, Sri Krishna said, Arjuna, you are not doing anything. Give up that idea of doership. I am doing, I am killing, I will win. No. You will win only because behind you I am working. You will be killing only because I have already killed them. So here also it is telling that there is a sense of doership that also renounces, given up to the God. I have nothing to do, I have nothing to enjoy, I have nothing to decide, I have nothing to think other than you. To me, wherever you will field me, employ me, deploy me, I will work wherever and whatever duty it is. It is a sweeper's work or it is a king's work. It is in the AC room or it is in the scorching sun. That is not my business. I am happy because I do not expect anything. When you are happy, I am happy. I do not have anything personal. So this is feeling, this oneness. So Bhagavan is telling that who has given up all senses of earth, and this is the last birth, has to come here. He could not say me, I, mine. He said, Naren went to see Buddhadev's place in Bodh Gaya. Disciples also went here and there. Sri Ramakrishna said, go. After coming back, yes, born in a pastor's family, very devoted, father, mother, both pious. And actually she learned the whole with her friends, attending the discourse of Swami Vivekananda in London. And then, after one lecture, just thinking, this is the man who can answer all my questions. Vedanta, coming to gradually, first lecture, second lecture, then completely sold her head, given it to the feet of her Guru, Swami Vivekananda, and left everything because her Guru loves India and wants that Indian women should be raised. They did not have neither 800 years the Muslim rule, slavery, and then 200 years this European rule, British, some places Portugal, some places France. So it is European rule, Christian rule, 200 years. They always tried to convert them and kept them poor. So, and no education, no understanding of their own culture, own lineage, this so golden heritage, rich heritage, they were not aware of. So Sister Nivedita was the person, competent person, qualified to teach them, giving both the Oriental and the Occidental, Western and Eastern education. Let them know. They will stand on their own feet. Let them know what is there in the Indian scriptures, in the teachings of the rishis and munis. And whatever good in Western world, take it from there. For why? My Guru will be happy. He wants that. Women in India, condition of the women was so bad. Poor mothers didn't have any say while being used. Swami Vivekananda said, you have made the women the manufacturing machine of your production, giving birth. It is not. They should be treated in high esteem. That is the ideal of in the Hindu scripture. And in the Vedanta there is equality. There are women rishis, women seers of the truth, and you are trampling on them and keeping them completely without any knowledge, without any exposure. So, Sri Krishna is telling, who has given up everything for me, they are my greatest devotee, very dearest devotees. So devotion is wonderful. Many teachers of devotees and incarnations giving who can be a real devotee. So Narada is giving one after another. He has given his own opinion that Naradastu tadarpita akhila acharata tad vishmarane paramo vyakulata iti. Narada feels that devotion is surrender of all activities to God and extreme anguish if he is forgotten. God is forgotten. Next mantra, we have already done up to this. Next mantra is Sutra. Narada is telling, continuing his aphorisms, Osti evam evam. What is the meaning? Osti evam. There are such forms of devotion. There are examples of such forms of devotion. I am not telling, it is my experience. Narada was talking from his own experience. Everywhere he is talking God's name and nothing he is doing for his own selfish motive. Everything is surrendered, given to the feet of the Lord, and Lord's joy is his joy and nothing for himself. And the moment he is forgetful of God, Lord, he is so unhappy and it is so unbearable, painful, it is that condition. So he is telling there are examples of such forms of devotion. It is not that something I am, out of my imagination I am talking. It is not that. In the previous 4 sutras, we saw that many great teachers of Bhakti, devotion, have independent opinions about devotion. We have got the opinion of devotion of Ramchandraji's definition of devotion, Sri Krishna's definition of devotion. So, and we have already seen all these things. Sri Ramakrishna, what he said, Narada too gives his own idea of bhakti. For him, all the actions of a devotee are to be directed towards God, and if at any moment his mind fails to be absorbed in him, he feels intense pain, intense suffering. Narada emphasizes all this by adding that it really happens like this. It is not an imagination. Don't think that it is not possible in your life. If it had been possible in others' life, Swami Vivekananda said, history repeats itself. If it had happened earlier, then there is the chance that it will happen later also, now or afterwards. So Narada is telling it happened like this. It is his experience. It is more than a statement or theory. He confirms his statement by his own personal experience. It is there. There are examples. What is that? Yatha brojo gopikanam. In the Bhagavata we find, it is a fact. The stories of the gopis, the attendant of Sri Krishna, all these coward ladies, milkmaid, they were there. We find, as found in the lives of the gopis of Braja, Vrindavan. Braja means Vrindavan. So, in their lives we find all one's actions are to be dedicated to God, and any moment the mind deviates from that dedication, the devotee suffers intense pain. This has been illustrated in the lives of the gopis of Vrindavan. The entire lives of the gopis were dedicated to God. So, if they did not think of him even for a moment, they suffered pain owing to the feeling of separation from God. Even whole day they could not see Sri Krishna. And when Sri Krishna was coming back at the end of the day, in the twilight time, they were ready, leaving all other activities, that Sri Krishna will go back this way, let us stand at the door and see this. A small boy of just 9-10 years, and all were standing there to see Sri Krishna. And eyes are eyes, physical body, sometimes it is closing, opening, this winking is there. So they are complaining, oh God, what you will understand the pain of the devotees. Oh, we want to constantly see Sri Krishna passing through this way. Why at this time you are forcing us to close our eyes and opening, closing? Its time is 1 second, one fraction of the second moment. We are barred to see Sri Krishna when we close our eyes. And eyes, always we cannot see like this. Automatically it is a natural process that sometimes we will be closing eyes, again we will be opening. So they are complaining to God. The God, it is bad. You don't understand our pain of the devotees. We like to see Sri Krishna constantly, continuously, and this you have created our eyes in such a way that it is not wide open always. So they are complaining that we do not like to get ourselves, our eyes, our vision separated from Sri Krishna. Always they want to. So that was the condition of the gopis. They did not do anything for themselves. They could not think of any other thing other than Sri Krishna. No tatrapi mahatma jnano vismriti apavada. What is the meaning? Tatrapi, even there, mahatma, greatness, jnana, knowledge, vismriti, forgetfulness, apavada, blame, no, not of forgetfulness of the greatness of the object of love. They did not love Sri Krishna as there any ordinary human being. They were aware of Sri Krishna's divinity, that he is God incarnate. And their love was not as we love. Mother loves the son, that is very pure. And there are loves among men and women, there are friendship, paramours are there, we know. Yes, they also loved, they also like to see, they also like to be constantly, without any break, with their paramours. That is there, but that is in the physical level only. But gopis used to love, always wanted to see Sri Krishna, think of Sri Krishna, not as a human being, as a paramour. It is not that, in that way. There was a feeling of that divinity. That is why even there was no blame of forgetfulness of the greatness of that object of love. This illustration cited in the previous sutra is unique. That is where devotion has been illustrated. Mere theory will not help one to understand truths. Only when a proper example is presented, that it happened in someone else. It happened in my life. So when Swami Vivekananda went and countered Sri Ramakrishna, sir, have you seen God? He was going, he asked this same question to father of Rabindranath Tagore, Dayananda, Saraswati, all these people, Keshav Sen, those who were in those days great leaders of different sects. And as if they had seen God and they talk to God, they know the ways and means of God to God. They used to give lecture. So nobody could answer properly. Yes, I have seen God. I had a vision of God. I had a talk with God. I have some direction from God to talk to you. Only when he came to Sri Ramakrishna and said, sir, have you seen God? Sri Ramakrishna smilingly said, yes, I have seen and I can show you also. Because if he does not say this, that I will show you, next question will be, oh, you have seen, then you show me. Before the second question, put forward by young Narendra, Sri Ramakrishna gave both answers. Swami Vivekananda in America, Swamiji used to speak someday on Christianity, someday on Jesus, someday on Buddha, someday on Vedanta, someday he was speaking of all the prophets and teachings of all the religions. That is why Nobel laureate French servant, this Romarola said, in the Parliament of Religions, it was he, Swami Vivekananda, who alone spoke of all the gods and goddesses and religions of others. All others spoke of their own tiny gods and goddesses and their religion. It was he only, Swami Vivekananda, who spoke of all gods and goddesses of all religions. And so one day, after the lecture, somebody asked, Swamiji, what is your own religion? What is your religion? Because Swami is equally vocal about all the religions, and there is no criticism. Everywhere he is showing the goodness, the sophistication, the sublimity, the purity, the sublime content in all religions, in all teachings. No condemnation, no criticism. So they could not understand, this man is a Christian or a Buddhist or a Hindu. In Hindu also, is he a Vaishnava? He speaks of Rama, he speaks of Krishna. In Hindus, Rama followers belittle Krishna. Krishna followers belittle Rama. Not all. Sectarianism, smallness of mind. Both are Hindu, but Rama is greater than Krishna. And Krishna followers says Krishna is greater than Rama. And there is fight. And then Shiva, then Kali, Durga. So many things are there in the Hinduism itself. So what is your religion? Swamiji answered. Question is one, but two answers. Truth is my religion, and universe my country. Because next question you may ask, are you Indian or are you American? Are you Asian? Are you Japanese, Chinese, Arabian? What they will ask, they cannot understand their mind. So Swami Vivekananda answered to you, truth is, you are a sinner, you will also fall. You are a saint, you will also fall. You are a Hindu, Muslim, Buddha, Christian, Jain, Parsi, science is there. You put the hand in the fire, no, I am the pastor, I am the priest, I am a monk, I am a pure soul. No, it is a body, every body will burn. So it is like that. Vedanta is truth, universal truth. That is, truth is my religion and universe my country. Question is one, answers are two. So, this Naradji also. So the gopis are cited as an example. That is what devotion should do to us. It should make us feel like the gopis of Vrindavan. In the Bhagavata it is explained how the gopis do not see anything except Sri Krishna. Their whole lives are immersed in him. They do everything for the sake of Sri Krishna. And to them, a moment's separation from him would be worse than death. If we do not see anyone, seeing Sri Ramakrishna, seeing Buddha Dev, seeing Jesus Christ, seeing Swami Vivekananda, so many people gave up home and heart, everything. They said, no. Yes, I am born in a family. Yes, my mother is biological mother, biological father, but actually we are these children of immortal bliss. Our Divine Father is there, Divine Mother is there. Biological, in this relative world, it is there. So, seeing the life of Sri Ramakrishna, yesterday we were taking the gospel discourse reading, and the recorder was telling, is it possible for a human being to be completely oblivious of his own surrounding and his own body? Thinking of God, one can become completely forgetful of everything. Is it possible? For a long time, Sri Ramakrishna was in ecstatic mood. There is no pulse beat, there was no talk, there was no breathing. And it was completely nispanda. completely still, calm and quiet, no movement. Is it possible that one can... Narada was singing and Sri Ramakrishna entered into Samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna was singing one song of God, Hanuman. Immediately the devotion of Hanuman entered and he was completely absorbed in that. No senses were functioning. Where is the mind? Where is the brain? Where is the intelligence? Where are other senses? Hand. So him, who was seeing the second time Samadhi, he was thinking, this is my second time seeing the ecstatic mood. But is it possible? So people get attracted. Oh, is it possible? Possible in the lives of gopis. They used to live this kind of love. So if we can also love God the way gopis could love, then we also can claim that we have got that supreme love, that devotion. We are really devotees. And God's vision will be there, dawned in our heart. We will have no complaint. We will have no doubt. Where is God? Whose form is God? God is or God not is not. All these questions, queries, doubts, hesitation, this vacillation, this side or that side, with form, without form, all the questions will vanish. It is there in the Upanishad. Tasmin deshte paravare vidyate hridaya granthi chindante sarva samshaya. When you attain that state, level of mind, what happens? Your bindings, bonds, all shivers. Where bondage, name, fame, family, clan, beauty, these things, so many things we have. I am white, I am black, I am learned, you are, I am prince, you are pauper, I am this, you are that, so many things. In this country I find the citizens coming from other countries, the moment they get the American citizen, immediately they give bandara here. Oh, today I will feed. Why? I have got my citizenship here. I have got my green card. Something very rare. His or her own country, they don't feel proud of and value of the citizenship of those countries. American citizenship, something very special. Today I have got, I will feed Swamis. I am giving, offering these things. Because through this they will get some kind of benefit, worldly benefit. Some kind of. So they are happy. And here, nothing worldly. Everything surrendered to God and God alone. Hanumanji is singing the song, and Mandodari, wife of Ravan, what you are trying to tempt me with the fruits? What fruit I care? Do I care your fruits? I have got the moksha fruit. That fruit, salvation, liberation, Ramchandraji is giver. I am sitting always at the feet of Ramchandra. What I will do with your apple and grapes and other things, you be happy with that. I am going. So, I am not interested with your fruits. So these gopis are not interested anything other than Sri Krishna. That is why this example is given here, that it is Jatha Braja Gopikanam. In the lives of the Braja Gopi, Vrindavan, we find that there was the divine play. Their conduct, their love, their attitude, their behavior, their activities, whole lifestyle, they lived in that way. And to them, a moment's separation from him would be worse than death. However, there may be an objection. In the devotion of the gopis, there was no awareness of the greatness of the object of love. They loved Sri Krishna, but never thought of his greatness as such. They regarded Krishna as their beloved, and it ended there. The allegation, therefore, is that the gopis did not have awareness of greatness of God. It is not that. Because gopis were aware of that. Gopis themselves said that we know you are not ordinary person. You are not merely the joy of the gopis. You are the inner controller of the all beings. We know you are that God. You are that soul, self in everyone. It is the self that you are controlling all beings. For the protection of the earth, the Creator invoked you. And that is why you have been born in the dynasty of the Jadus, that is, he is Jadava, Krishna. But really, you are that supreme reality, the supreme truth, and so we consider you as the apple of our eye, owing to our love. We love you not as you have got a very charming, handsome physical beauty and appearance, physical form. It is not that. We know who you are. That is why we cannot become forgetful of you. We know you are everything for all of us, for the whole of humanity. So we like to be in your company, we like to think of it, we like to meditate on you, and we like to see your physical form also, because thou art that. So gopis are not those who complain that gopis loved Sri Krishna as human being also love another human being. It is not that love. It is not degenerated to that level. So Narada ji is telling that it is not like that. No tatrapi mahatma jnano vismriti apavadaha. So you cannot say that. Tad vihinam jaranamiva. If gopis were loving and attracted to Sri Krishna only as a human body, then it becomes they have their own husbands. It becomes like prostitutes. Say, loving paramour is not a high thing, it is not something sublime. How can it be? They were so honest, they were so pure. They did not love and they did not feel attracted to the physical charm of Sri Krishna, and they did not consider Sri Krishna as a physical body, physical entity. So without the knowledge of the greatness of God, the love will be like that towards paramours. It is not a sublime life that Braja Gopis lived. They were so pure, so chaste. How could you say that? Not that. Gopis knew that. Is it possible, knowing God, somebody can love? Yes. Suppose this example, mother loves the child very much, all right. But the child has become very established in the society. Say he has become the president of this country. Mother knows, my son is the president, he is so powerful, everyone, others are employees, they are saluting, they also love. And he is a very honest person, very good, people love. But they love because he is honest, they love because he is president. With a kind of respect, they love, they show their honor. All these things are there, but they are employees. There are the staff. But mother treats not as the president, although mother knows, my son is the president. Hey, come, eat, sit with me. Mother knows he is president. Others will not treat the way mother is treating him or her. In some countries there are prime minister, president, women are also there. But mother, fully aware of the power and position and glory of the child, of that mother, she is behaving in an ordinary way, in a motherly way. So gopis also, this milkmaid in the Braja Vrindavan, they knew the divinity of Sri Krishna, that he was the avatara, God incarnate. Still, they did not pay too much heed there. Mother does not, when mother is feeding the son, does not feel that I am feeding the president, so I have to be aware of that. No, mother with her motherly love and affection, he feeds. So it can be possible. Why not? So that is that. Without this knowledge of the greatness, the love will be like towards paramour. So it is not that kind of love. And Narada says in this aphorism that such an allegation cannot stand at all. One cannot raise this objection towards the devotion of the gopis. One cannot say that they were not aware of the greatness of Sri Krishna, the sole object of their love. Narada affirms that if that spiritual awareness is not there, then it becomes merely a sort of earthly love, just as women may have towards their paramours. And that is not an example of a true devotee. According to Narada, it would be like the sort of love mentioned above. It is not a high thing to be pursued, to follow, to practice. You cannot praise that this kind of love, as the dishonest wives have, it is for others, other men folk. It is not that. It is not that impure. It is not degraded in that way. Nasti eva tasmin tatsukha sukhitvam. No, this is because in that baser form of love, there is no idea of being happy in the happiness of the beloved. Those who love the physical body, each other, their happiness is when I am happy. When I feel happy in the presence of my paramour, then it is in the physical level. But this divine love is, I don't bother, I don't care for myself. I am always, mother is feeding the son, mother doesn't, son is happy eating this, mother is feeding. It is so pure, that is why. And this devotion, love for God, it is so divine, so pure, that there is no question of this body feeling physical, feeling of any physicality there. Body. It is not that gross love and affection there is. We find, we have to describe all this divine love with the ordinary words we find in the society, because there is no other vehicle to convey, to express this divine love. That is why we are taking the help of these ordinary words through which we express our ordinary physical love and affection. But this divine love is not that. Although we do not have any other separate system, method, vehicle to put forward. You have to say some language, some words, and these are used, these are coined in the society. Used in this. Love means, in India, in the scriptures, love means God's love. Prema means God's love, devotion. But nowadays it has degenerated to say, oh, they are fallen, they have fallen in love. Love means this ordinary human love, mostly man and woman, and this they think. The creation of love, this prema, it is in the scripture. Prema means that desire, that pull for God, the highest. But we have to use these common words of the commoners so that people understand. But we have to be very careful in our mind that we are talking of the divine love of the gopis, not the ordinary love we experience in the society, in our lives or in others' lives in the society, and we are what we are used to, what we know. Because we do not have that divine love experienced, it is difficult for us to understand the words delivered in the spoken in the Bhagavata, the behavior of the gopis with Sri Krishna. So gopis were aware, and that is why gopis said, we know you are not an ordinary person, you are that ultimate reality. You have taken this embodied as Sri Krishna for the good of all. You are the self capital in every being, and you are the controlling all beings. We know for the protection of the earth, the Creator invoked you, and that is why you have been born in the dynasty of Jodhus, appearing as a human being in the name of Sri Krishna in this form. We know who you are. And that is why, knowing your greatness, we do not have any hesitation and doubt in our love. It is fixed in you and you alone. It is called Abhyabhicharini Bhakti. Sri Ramakrishna said in the scripture, Bhyabhicharini means that's love for paramour, Husband is there but loving somebody else. Wife is there but loving somebody else's wife or somebody else, someone else. That is bhavicharini, bhavichar, vulgar. It is not pure, impure, illicit. But our love is not illicit. We are not charmed for your physical union. Our self, this is Jivatma, individual self, is always trying to get united with this cosmic self, supreme self and this individual self, Jivatma and your Paramatma. Our intention is to remain always connected, united, dissolved, one with you, as recognized, you being recognized as that supreme self. Ours is individual self. It is not that we are happy, we feel happiness for our physical near proximity and closeness and union and contact. It is not that. So gopis said that. One cannot question this love of the gopis. So we will continue with all this wonderful devotion as quoted by Naradji, the devotion of the gopis, during our next discourse. We stop here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question? Any question from here?